Of course, the effort to find the black boxes and the rest of the wreckage is one that takes a lot of time and knowledge. Van Gurley knows that well. He's a senior manager at Metron, a company that specializes in these types of searches.
The first most important thing that needs to be done next is finding something that's positively identifiable to being from the aircraft. So there are enticing and intriguing sets of information coming out, being reported off satellite imagery. Some of the planes have spotted objects that look interesting and need to be reinvestigated. So the issue next is getting a ship to the spot where something has been previously seen. It's called relocating the debris. Because after the satellite or the aircraft goes by, that is still drifting out on the ocean surface. But it's important to get there while there's still a chance to find a debris field that's reasonably contained and hasn't dispersed, so that you can then back up from where you find the debris to where the likely impact point was, because that starts the next phase and the even harder phase. Once you have some idea where the plane may have impacted the water, now you've got to go down and look at the ocean bottom and try to find that debris field in the ocean bottom. And that's even slower than what we're seeing now. So patience is called for.
And the satellite images, it takes so long for those to filter down and actually see them. So if you're looking for the debris, and let's say it is wreckage from the plane, it's maybe 5 days on. So then you kind of have to backtrack, don't you, where it came from and all of that? Walk us through that phase.
Well, that's a part where the company I'm with, Metron, really specializes. We work in an area of applied mathematics and statistics called Bayesian search theory. And the idea is that every bit of evidence that's collected in the course of the investigation has some level of certainty and uncertainty to it. So as you get the wreckage and you kind of know where it is now, we then turn to our colleagues that are experts in oceanography and what the winds and currents have been doing out there. And then we try to back that wreckage up so that we can figure out where it most likely came from. It doesn't give us a very precise point. In fact, with the amount of time that's gone on, we're going on day 19 now, the reverse drift product is likely to give us a very large area, not a very confined area, with some kind of probability distribution through that. We call that a prior probability distribution. So you take that information, you overlay whatever else may come out of Inmarsat or the other companies that have tried to infer what path the plane was on, and we build those into layers that we call a probability map that says, based on everything we know, this is the best estimate we have right now of where the wreckage may be on the ocean bottom. And then you start looking. And once you start looking, just the fact that you go down and start examining the ocean bottom gives you more information to refine that estimate. And that's exactly how we approached Air France 447, working with the French BEA, was to look at all the information and build layers in this map. It uses something called Bayesian search theory, as I said. And so as you search, you build a new probability map called a posterior probability map that says, given what I thought I knew at the beginning, what I've now learned by the act of looking, I can now update my assessment of where I should look next.
The number one thing I'm hearing from you out of all of this is patience. This is going to be a long, long struggle, isn't it?
The way to think about this, and this is what I'm concerned about in terms of everybody's desire to get to an answer quickly, and I fully understand that, especially for the families that want resolution on this. But in the case of Air France 447, we had very good information on where the aircraft went down. The last position report from the aircraft was only 4 minutes old when we lost contact with the plane. So that defined a search area only 5,000 square miles, basically a circle 40 miles across. It still took 6 days to find the first wreckage from that aircraft, and it still took 2 years to find the wreckage on the ocean bottom.
That says it all right there. Van Gurley, thank you so much for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me today.